Hello, YouTube world. Yeah, hello. Um, this is going to be a bit of a weird live stream, and my food that I'm making might be ready, so I might have to go grab it. But there's some weird shit going on, and I need to point it out. I need to document it. So I have a laptop, relative quite new because my last one died. Okay, and it's a cheap laptop. It was only $200 because I don't have a lot of money. I didn't even have the $200. Someone lent it to me, and it's really slow. It's really glitchy. Okay, but I have, and it's very difficult to do live streams. I actually have done a few basic live streams, and in those live streams, the microphone was not a problem. The microphone started being a problem yesterday. And I got a message on my computer one of the times when it was being really slow saying that they were installing updates to do with my audio. Oh God. And ever since then, the built-in microphone in the laptop does not work. At least not for live streams. It's coming up as disabled when I open the control panel. But okay, so I should be able to enable it, right? No, actually, I'm not able to. It's like disabled, and you can't, there's no option to enable it. It's just disabled. It wasn't like that before yesterday. So somehow my computer got an update that permanently disabled, it would seem, my microphone. Now, I have headphones, wireless headphones, that actually have a microphone built in, and they could be used as a headset. And so when I have those connected to the computer, then I do have a microphone through the wireless headphones. Okay. But I tried doing a live stream like that using that microphone in the headphones yesterday, and the audio was so choppy you couldn't hear it. It was cutting out every other second. So technically the microphone works, but really it doesn't. It's not working on this computer. So that's not an option, right? So then that's why when I did a live stream this morning talking about, it's called What is Going On in Britain, talking about trying to make sense of some controversies concerning the British flag, I did that live stream to my phone so that I could be heard because the microphone works on my phone. Okay. And but there's something weird about that too, which I'm going to show you on. So then, anyways, but just before I get to that weirdness, I've now using my phone as the webcam, but the live stream is actually coming through my laptop. So my phone and my laptop are connected wirelessly. And so I've got software installed on both that enables me to use my phone's camera as my webcam on my laptop. And with that also comes the microphone on my phone. So I'm live streaming to you through my laptop, but using the camera and the microphone in my phone. And I think that seems to be working. From what it looks like to me, that seems to be working. And, I started doing that with my previous laptop because in that case, the webcam didn't work. In this case, the webcam works. Probably the microphone works too, except that somehow Microsoft updates permanently disabled my microphone. Gee, I wonder why. I need to grab something out of the oven here, so just bear with me. But I want to show you some screenshots from my laptop about this latest live stream that I did. So if I'm doing, so before I installed this software allowing me to use my phone as my webcam and my microphone on my computer, and not many people would know about that. The only really way to do a live stream with a microphone where I could be heard after my microphone got disabled on my laptop somehow, the only way to do that was through my phone. But there's this new thing going on now that if you do a live stream through your phone, it's taking 24 hours. YouTube is taking 24 hours to process that live stream. So normally when like processing is one of the steps of a video, they call it processing. So if I am uploading a video that I've just made, right, to YouTube, it'll take up to 3 minutes for processing. 3 minutes. It doesn't take long. So why is it that so first of all, these videos, if you were doing a video through your phone, up until a couple days ago, there was no processing. There was minimal processing time. It wasn't something that I even noticed on YouTube. But now it's showing up. Just today, it's getting a message saying that it's going to process up to 24 hours. Yesterday, when I did something like this, I didn't even see that message. But I noticed that when I would look at it through my laptop in YouTube Studio, if I would look at the live stream that I just did on my phone, but through my laptop on my channel through YouTube Studio, none of the stats were coming up. Like, I knew that there was a certain number of people who watched that live stream, and I could see those numbers on my phone, but on my laptop, all those fields were blank. And I was wondering, well, why are they blank? And there was no information. I just didn't know. But then they showed up. The numbers showed up. Okay. This morning, same thing. Those fields are blank. When looking at the live stream that I did through my phone on the laptop YouTube Studio, the numbers of views and likes and blah, blah, blah is blank. But at least there's an explanatory message that says it's going to take up to 24 hours to process. So I guess that's why it's blank. There wasn't even that message yesterday. So this is new. This is a new thing that they are doing because it's still developing, right? Like yesterday, you wouldn't even see the message. They've obviously realized, well, we better put a message on there letting people know that their video is processing, because otherwise it looks like there's something wrong. I was just going to show you. I've just explained all that. Can I? Yeah. But why would it take up to 24 hours to process when typically it would only take 3 minutes to process? Like, what is the delay? What is the delay? It smacks of being reviewed for possible censorship. That's what it smacks of. And then today I was going to go on Facebook just to share some photos of myself, just as one does. And I'm getting a message as soon as I log in that saying, like, do I need help with my mental health? I haven't even been logged into Facebook in weeks, I feel. Like 2 weeks maybe. Why would a message be coming up there saying, like, it's crazy, saying it's that there's something wrong with my mental health. Do I need help? And then I clicked, why am I seeing this? And it said, well, we try to help people with their mental health. If Facebook wants to help me with my mental health, they should stop suppressing my content, okay? And censoring my content. They've outright censored my gay coming out story until I got some of my followers on Facebook to push back and message Facebook, like, why are you doing this? They wouldn't listen to me when I said it. And then so they outright censored that until there was pushback, not from me, but from my followers. And then, but I know they're suppressing stuff too, because if I was to do a live stream on YouTube and say I'm trying to get viewers and I promote it on, share the link to my live stream that I'm currently doing on YouTube, share that link on Facebook, quite often it would be shortly after that YouTube would start sending me messaging about that I'm violating copyright and that I'm going to be taken down for that. So, I try to fly under the radar with that stuff by not sharing on Facebook. Like Facebook, when I just find that when I'm sharing my stuff on Facebook, I'm opening myself up to haters, to people who would seek to undermine what I'm trying to do. So they're going to flag that video that I'm sharing on Facebook, they're going to flag it. So I just found that my videos would actually be more successful and would get more views by not sharing them on Facebook. Right? So if Facebook wants to help, like, deal with that, deal with the bullies that use your platform to silence others, and deal with, like, well, like, why are you censoring and suppressing content? Like, what? Like, what? Just stop doing that. There's like, I don't need help in terms of like that there it's implying that that I'm suicidal or something like that. And I've specifically made a video because there's been several security guards, and mainly I guess security guards, who, like, I have to go because I'm poor. I have to go around town and collect empty cans and bottles, and security guards have tried to stop me from doing that. And I made the video saying, well, you know, I have no money, and this is how I feed myself. Can people stop trying to stop me from feeding myself? Like, I'm doing that because I have a survival instinct, because I'm not suicidal. Like, that's why I collect empty cans, is because I'm not suicidal. I don't want to die of hunger. So I do what it takes to feed myself. And, you know, I went out of my way to point that out in this YouTube video called Reading the Riot Act to Kamloops. So it can't be a legitimate concern from Facebook if they're really monitoring my social media and coming to the conclusion that I may be somebody who needs help for potentially being suicidal. How could they reach that conclusion based on the content that I put out when I've specifically stated that I'm not suicidal? That's why I collect empty cans. So I don't even think that this is a message coming from Facebook based on genuine concern. I think it's basically passive aggressive. You know, like when you say, "Oh, are you okay?" Meaning, like, it's not really coming from a place of concern. It's trying to discredit me and marginalize me, which is what Facebook has done. That would summarize my Facebook experience, at least on my current account since for the past few years. So it's just, these are new tactics. That's why I'm doing this live stream right now. These are new tactics. I used Facebook since 2006 originally, and I've seen all sorts of things go on there, but I've never had a mental health warning come out like that. Not until today. And I've a veteran with YouTube tactics as well, but I've never seen it that my microphone was outright disabled. You can't enable it. You can see that it's disabled, but you can't enable it. And so in order to have your voice be heard through a microphone, you have to use your smartphone. But then if you do that, your video is stuck in processing for up to 24 hours, and you don't get to see any of the stats associated with it. And I do know that other social media platforms, let me think of what it's called. There's other social media platforms that use processing. Your video will be stuck in processing forever. They use that as a means of censorship, a backhanded means of censorship. Which one is that? BitChute. BitChute does that. If you're uploading something that goes against the political order, to BitChute, it'll say your video is processing, your video is processing. But it'll say that forever. It'll never actually process. And this is so they don't tell you they're censoring you. They're trying to hide it. They don't make it, you can't actually, it doesn't show that they're censoring you, but the effect is the same. Nobody can see your video because it's stuck in processing, and it's just kind of a convenient way that they can stop you, and without being accused of censoring, even though that's what they're doing. So so as soon as I see something is processing, because of that previous experience on BitChute, I believe other social media platforms as well, never had that problem on YouTube, but because I've had that elsewhere, that problem, I'm a little bit leery when I see that on YouTube. And why would it be processing up to 24 hours? You know, let's just take a look. But what I guess they're not counting on is that somebody would know how to use their smartphone, but to record the video and record the audio, but still have the live stream be coming through the laptop. So I've come up there. They have their methods, right? New tactics, but then this is the workaround that I have. So I think it's working right now until they come up with something else. Um, but like whoa, like this is crazy. Like, what am I saying that is so controversial? Screen capture. Let me just see here. You can see what I'm talking about. Um, it's just weird as fuck. So if we go to like, uh, it's just wow. I need to shut up. I fucking fucking believable. Like, look how slow this is. And this is could be part of the reason why my system is so slow. Is it's not entirely just a crappy laptop. It's that it's being monitored. Like somebody this person's microphone. We need to be able to go in and disable the microphone of the new laptop. So that uses up RAM on my computer and helps down just them doing that. So if it's permanent, I don't know who it definitely possible fucking slow. It's happening in the case of Canada. Like Canada is going through a crazy spread online is telling you how Canadian they are. So there's, it would seem the mainstream is encouraging nationalism in the Canadian setting while discouraging it in the British setting. So why? Why is it the exact opposite happening in Canada from Britain? Like, I don't know. I'm asking. Okay. Go to YouTube Studio. There's, and I want to go somewhere too. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. Keep any of this. I mean, certainly not in Canada. All of Canada is just gone to hell. Really, that. Okay, but here. See, there's a number of you can. They have the. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the left tab.